Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
And on today's episode of Forget What You Heard, we're going to go over some Week 9 scores, stats, everything you need to know. Today I'm feeling like Michael Jordan in 97, flu game, a little under the weather. But it's not about me. I gotta hear something, and I need to know. How you doing, Brother Bear?
I'm doing good, man. Happy to be here. Happy to talk football. Happy to hear that you're doing better. Because I know those last few days have been, sick-riddled. But you're doing much better, and it's good to see you getting back to your ways, man. And, man, I'm feeling good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple days for me, man.
Yeah.
I was hit with the flu. Haven't had the flu, I don't believe. And, just a PSA, public service announcement. It's not good. It's rough. It'll take a toll on you. But you know what? The show must go on. And I'm honored to be here with you. And I hope that, I don't give you the flu.
Yeah, hopefully not, man. But at the end of the day, it's bigger than me and you. It's bigger than black and white. And the show must go on.
Let's get right into it, man.
Yes, please.
The Eagles and the Texans.
Mm.
A game that me and Luke ventured out, went to in person.
Yeah, it was a fun game. NRG, Houston, Texas. Fellas, I'm an Eagles fan. I have to go out there. You don't get those chances to go see, an undefeated team, one of the better teams in the league Thursday night. That's something you got to, mark down on your bucket list. Take the sacrifices and go see, man. It was exciting, much better than I think we expected. The Texans gave the Eagles everything they could handle, and that's crazy to say, but they brought some pressure. And overall, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I think we both enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I had a good experience. The Eagles fans were, there's a lot of them. I'd say there was, a very good showing compared to the Texans fans in Houston.
There might have been more Eagles fans than Texan fans.
They're definitely louder.
Yeah.
They're definitely louder. But, yeah, it was a good game. It's always fun to go see an NFL game, and me and Luke being big fans, we just kind of soaked it all in, analyzed a little bit of everything. Slim Thug was the halftime show.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. It was a cool experience.
I want to say it was pretty cool how the Texans and Eagles played each other while the Astros and the Phillies were playing. So Philly versus Houston and two different sports, which is kind of a crazy coincidence. But it was cool to witness, people tailgating, watching the games, Philly fans and Houston fans probably talking a lot of noise. And shout out to the Astros, man. Cheater this, cheater that. They won straight up and down and deserving. 2 World Series champs, like it or not, deal with it.
We won, Houston.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of the Texans fans stayed in the parking lot to watch the Astros game.
Yeah, it seemed like that, leaving the game.
And there's also a photo I saw on Instagram where, the nice parts, like the suites and stuff, they just had huge groups, and they're all wearing Astros gear and watching the game.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Actually going to the...
standing in line to get some drinks and stuff. There were Philly fans just, out there watching those TVs right in the, the mezzanine, whatever. And it was interesting. But, honestly, the Astros and Philly game was much more important than the Texans and Eagles on Thursday.
Yeah,
Great experience though.
it was a great experience overall. The Texans did hang in for a while, but the Eagles are just too much,
Yeah.
and Davis Mills kind of stinks.
What? So seeing everything live, seeing this NFL game, what was your like biggest takeaway? Could be positive, negative, just something that you like, came out of the game with.
Damian Pierce is real good.
Okay, yeah.
Damian Pierce is that guy.
Yeah.
He's not a flash in the pan. He runs violent. Me and Luke witnessed one of the best runs I've seen in person.
Definitely.
He ripped off a huge one, and Luke was telling me that it gave him flashbacks of Beast Mode,
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch, and it was. But it also, I guess, concerns with the Eagles' run defense without Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that big of a factor, but they're definitely susceptible to the run. The Texans probably should have ran it more, honestly. But for the Eagles, it's just like seeing them play live. Their offense, someone's always open.
Yeah.
Because their offensive line's gonna give Hurts time. He can make time with his legs. Someone's going to be open, whether it's Goddard, A.J. Brown, Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith. The list just goes on and on. So it's like, the only way you can really stop them is, the Texans had a few sacks, strip fumble, and stuff. But just that Eagles offense, man, it's a well-oiled machine. And seeing it live was like, dang, like, there's not much you can do.
All right.
To stop. They have to stop themselves, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Everything is 100% right. And even like Miles Sanders broke off some big runs. I think he had 17 carries for 93 yards. And like, it's just, there's so many different ways they can beat you. Their offense, like watching it reminded me of the Chiefs offense. Because Goddard, a guy like Goddard, I'm not going to compare him to Kelsey, like the player, but like, the Eagles have a way to where like they can create for their tight end, because it seemed like Goddard's always open on those like 10-yard outs and like zone coverage. He seems to be the guy that's always there, and similar to the Chiefs. And then to add a guy like A.J. Brown, who didn't have a huge game. He caught a touchdown, and to also have Devontae Smith, who wasn't very involved in this game, but like you said, it just seems like someone's always open.
Yeah, let's go through the stats right quick. Jalen Hurts, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, as you mentioned, 17 carries, 93 yards, a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell had a rushing touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 8 catches, 100 yards, a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 4 catches, 59 yards, a touchdown. And Devontae Smith, 2 catches, 22 yards. It was, I guess, going into it, we were expecting like to beat the break. Like the game was going to be out of reach at half. But I think, wasn't it 17-17 at half?
It was.
Which was crazy. For the Texans, Davis Mills, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he had 100, or maybe almost 100 yards and 2 touchdowns at half. Damian Pierce, 27 carries, 139 yards. Philip Dorsett, 3 catches, 69 yards. Chris Moore, 43 yards and a touchdown. But I think the turning point of the game was the Davis Mills interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably should have kept the ball on the ground, but, Davis Mills isn't very good. One of them was real atrocious pick, and he knew it was because he was hitting his hand on his helmet, beating his head.
It was really bad. The Chauncey Gardner one.
Yeah.
It's like no one around him, straight to Gardner. But for the Texans, being out without Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks, that's huge. Your top 2 weapons. Philip Dorsett had a great catch on the sideline in the first quarter on the first drive. That first drive was like, okay, the Texans
they came to play.
Like
before the game, it didn't look like they wanted to be there. It's like we were watching the Eagles warm up and the Texans warm up. It was like 2 different Like it looked like alpha males versus betas.
Mm.
Because the Eagles were so big. Maybe it was the white jerseys. They look so much more athletic. And you look over, and me and Luke, they introduced like their defensive line, and we didn't know anyone really on the defensive line.
I just remember like Rasheem Green or something.
Yeah.
He
looks like a
he
monster.
played good, but
So did, what was his name? Nelson? Steven Nelson for the Texans?
Yeah, man, the Texans, they started 11 rookies. I found out after the game. And then like Christian Harris made a few plays. The biggest guy on defense to me was Jerry Hughes. He's a beast.
Back-to-back sacks.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a guy that should be like on a contending team, like a rotation guy, like depth piece, because he is very impactful.
Like the Chiefs.
Yeah, like the Bills, like he was last year, the Chiefs. And then he's just good, man. I'm not gonna lie. He stood out to me for the Texans.
Yeah, that was it was interesting, but I think that gives credit to Lovie Smith that he like got the guys up to play Thursday night against the best team in the league, and it wasn't a pushover.
Nah.
Like whenever you're outmatched and your team gives up,
Right.
that's a testament to bad coaching. But Lovie Smith, man, he looks good on the sideline too. I ain't gonna lie, he looks like he works out.
You like the way he looks?
Powerful with that beard and the and just
White
everything. Yeah, it's just really cool. Focusing on the different ins and outs of an NFL game. There's a lot that goes into it, like the warm ups. It was just a fascinating experience for me.
Yeah, watching the big boys, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Definitely cool, man. But it's the Eagles.
That's probably where I got the flu, though.
Eagles undefeated. Texans lost another one. Looking at a top 3 pick. We'll see, man. We'll see how it plays out.
I think I got the bird flu from those dirty Eagles fans.
Probably did, man. You're sitting next to that big British guy.
Yeah, I couldn't sit back the whole game.
He probably brought you something from over the pond.
However, he did get that little, that game wherever they hide something in the fries for the Whataburger, and they mix them up, and you try to pick the thing that.
Yeah.
He got it right, and he was very confident. But that was the hardest one of those I've ever participated in.
Yeah, dude, they changed the camera angle.
They changed they changed the game, and that guy just looked at me. He nudged me, and he's like, 1. And I was like, okay, I lost it, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I thought it was 2.
And he didn't, and they announced 1. He didn't even look at me. He just bathed in his glory that he knew that.
That guy, man.
That guy was cool, man. He's very.
Should have talked to him a little more, but he seemed cool.
Yeah, I think he was just learning about our culture.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Let's go to the next game.
Please.
The Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
The Chargers win 20-17. All right, for the Chargers, Herbert, 245 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Austin Eckler, 14 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Josh Palmer, 10 targets, 8 receptions, 106 yards. Austin Eckler had a receiving touchdown as well.
Josh Palmer alert, baby.
Josh Palmer alert. He had that bad drop, though.
Yeah.
That was a pick. But he looks like the go-to guy without Keenan or Mike Williams.
Yeah, most definitely. Kind of the de facto, kind of forced to be that number 1. But, 8 for 106 on 10 targets. He's commanding the targets. It's just I know it's the lack of weapons, but the Chargers have been very underwhelming. I know Herbert doesn't have his guys. He's been battling injuries. But, the Falcons' defense has been playing much better this year, but this just seemed like a game for the Chargers could really, blow it up, But to only win by 3 is a lot closer, man. And
I think it's their coach.
You think it's Staley?
100%. I'm convinced he's not a good coach. There's a lot going into that, though. I just think he makes bad decisions, and I don't know. Maybe he's hampering the growth of Justin Herbert.
Think so?
Yeah. And Gerald Everett had 8 targets in there, too.
Yeah.
He's a big part of it without Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. But they just
They need to get healthy.
need to get healthy, and they need better coaching.
And then, I mean, for Eckler, I mean, he's meeting expectations. He lost a fumble, but rushed for 47 yards. He scored on 14 carries. He also had 9 targets with 2 total touchdowns. He does it, year in and year out. He's a guy that's going to be at the top for most touchdowns. He's just a good player at the end of the day, man. Say what you want about the little guy, but he plays football. He plays it good, man.
All right, to the Falcons, Marcus Mariota, 129 yards passing. Tyler Algier, 10 carries, 99 yards. Cordero is back.
Welcome back, Bug.
13 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. He just keeps trucking along, man. Caleb Huntley, 7 carries, 34 yards. Kyle Pitts, 7 targets, 2 catches, 27 yards. Drake London had 7 targets. He almost got a touchdown, but Khalil ripped it from his bare hands.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's the first time I heard about Khalil Mack this whole year. But the Falcons are gonna falcon. They're gonna run that ball down your throat. Marcus Mariota gonna toss the ball a couple times. It seems to work. They're in this game. They very well could have taken the lead with that Drake London pass, or if they would have knocked it in later in that drive. But they just you're gonna win. You're gonna win by running the ball down people's throat, or you're gonna lose by it.
Yeah, that's kind of been the recipe. But I mean, even in this game, you have Algier averaging, almost 10 yards a carry. Huntley staying involved. Patterson, they did really good on or they were better on the running game. But the Falcons should consider starting Desmond Ridder, like week 10, like right now. Mariota's struggling. What's the point of even continuing to start him? You're losing games. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I mean, I guess Mariota's not losing games, but he ain't winning games.
He's not winning.
So maybe but I can't knock him for keeping Mariota in there.
Why?
Because they're in games. They're not losing bad. He's not turning the ball over. He's just doing what they're asking him to do. So why does he deserve to get benched, man?
He only completed half his passes. I mean, he makes some nice plays. He definitely does. He makes some good throws and stuff. But, I mean, overall, like you said, he's not winning or losing games, but you're still losing games. So you might as well go with someone who's younger, see what you have in Ridder. Maybe he's good, maybe he can do Justin Fields or whatever. But you got to see what you have in Ridder before the season's over.
What about Algier?
Yeah, man, he's been nice.
Do you think he needs to be rostered in fantasy football?
I think so. He's been very active. I don't like Huntley being involved, and now that Patterson's back, it's hard to trust. But the last 3 to 4 weeks, man, he's been 10 plus fantasy points. He's getting 10 to 14 carries. He's involved. He should probably be rostered.
I didn't know he had a 24-yard catch.
Yeah.
That's nice. He's getting at least a little bit involved in the passing game.
Yeah.
What about the next game?
Which is it?
The Cincinnati Bengals and the Carolina Panthers.
Uh-oh.
Cat versus cat.
Big line on Big Cheetah.
The Bengals win 42-21. But this isn't a game. This is one person's game, and it's a Joe Mixon game.
Joe Mixon, bro. Good Lord.
Yeah, he went off for 5 touchdowns. 5. It was bound to happen, though. He's going to explode one of these days.
That's crazy.
With the opportunity he has, he took full advantage. Let's go to it real
That's a week-winning performance, man. 5 touchdowns, over 200 yards from scrimmage, 26 touches. That was the most unstoppable game from a running back I think I've ever seen.
What about, remember when Alvin Kamara had 6 touchdowns?
Yeah, but a lot of those were like goal line and stuff.
Sure, I don't think he had the yards.
No, I don't think he did either. And the receiving touchdown was nice. Like tiptoes in the end zone.
Who would win in a fight, a Bengal or a Panther?
Bengal's a tiger,
Mm-hmm.
and a panther's it's more so like a jaguar.
Black Jaguar.
I think a jaguar would win. Panther.
I'd have to go with the Bengal
Ooh.
because they're bigger.
I'm not sure if a panther is just a black jaguar, I would say the panther. I know jaguars have the strongest bite of any cat.
And if it was at night, the Panther probably wouldn't be seen.
That's true. They're very, very sneaky leaky. But, man, Bengals are king of the jungle, man. That's my favorite animal is a tiger. That's something we're going to have to test out one day.
What?
Just putting a Bengal and a panther together.
To be honest with you, I've never seen a Panther.
Like a zoo exhibit.
I've never seen one.
Yeah, you have.
Where?
Colombia.
Maybe that's probably where they are. Joe Burrow, 206 yards, a touchdown. We got into Mixon. 4 rushing touchdowns, 153 rushing yards. T. Higgins, 7 catches, 60 yards. Joe Mixon, 48 yards, 58 yards receiving and a touchdown. Oh, by golly. What I would give to have Joe Mixon on that team right there, right then.
That's week winning right there, big
I
dog.
tell you what, man, he's been farting, but now we're smelling his poop.
I ain't trying to sniff none.
For the Panthers, P.J. Walker started out 3 for 10, 9 yards, 2 picks. I don't know why you're putting him back in there. We got Baker going, 14 and 20, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Put him back in. Deontay Foreman, this is about a regular week for him. 7 carries, 23 yards. Something Blackshear had a rushing touchdown. Raheem?
Yep.
Blackshear?
Yes, sir.
Deontay Foreman's... Terrace Marshall, 6 targets, 3 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Blackshear, 4 catches, 40 yards. Tommy Trimble got a touchdown. I think people were jumping on this hype train around Carolina with P.J. Walker and DJ Moore and Deontay Foreman, but all along, man, they were a sheep in wolf's clothing.
People were jumping on that?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Huh,
They
I
stink.
missed that. I had no idea. Yeah.
In terms of fantasy football,
I mean, Foreman made sense. He just got games scripted out
he stinks.
because they got down. I don't even think Burrow played like the second half. They were down so big.
I don't blame him.
But I like Deontay Foreman. P.J. Walker stinks.
Why is they starting him again?
I have no idea. Because he beat the Buccaneers.
You okay?
He beat the Buccaneers, but Baker should have started. He ended up coming in playing pretty well. Still lacking from DJ Moore, but Terrace Marshall is interesting to me. I know you have him rostered in our league. I think he's a really good play on Thursday. I genuinely think so. And I hope we can see more out of Terrace Marshall. Hopefully they keep him involved. I think he's very talented. And we could see, him finish the year strong.
I don't know about Terrace Marshall, but we'll see.
I do, man, because, the last 3 weeks, I think he scored twice. He's had over 50 yards in most of them, I think. Mm-hmm. And we really haven't seen DJ Moore do that. So the fact that we've seen Terrace Marshall, the 3 weeks he's been involved, he's been productive. And DJ Moore's been involved the whole season and has really only had one good game against Atlanta on that 60-yard touchdown. So
they're playing Atlanta again.
So to see Terrace be involved in the 3 games is kind of something I can kind of feel better about.
I'll think about it.
He's a big boy, dude.
I like him.
Yeah, he's nice.
I always liked him.
You have. You definitely have.
Golly,
How you feeling over there, bud?
I'm feeling good.
Good, man. I'm happy for you.
The Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears.
Ooh. Yes, loved it.
Miami comes out victorious 35-32. Tua 302 and 3 touchdowns passing. Jeff Wilson 9 carries 51 yards. Mostert got a touchdown rushing. Tyreek Hill continues his beautiful run. 7 catches, 143 yards, a touchdown. Jalen Waddle 5 catches, 85 yards, a touchdown, and Jeff Wilson got a receiving touchdown along with his rushing prowess.
Would you argue if I were to say Tua is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now?
I would not argue.
Really?
Yeah, I think he is.
Cool.
Is that a big nomer?
No, I just, some people, I don't know. That's just what I think, really. He's been brilliant, man. He's good, dude.
I could have sworn I saw a gnome move
Where'd you see him?
driving around.
In the driveway?
No, but I saw a gnome move.
A gnome?
Yeah,
Where was he
like
moving?
a garden gnome.
Where?
He's going from spot to spot.
Where's he at?
I don't know. I saw a blur behind me. And
Right, recently?
Yeah.
In the room?
No, and outside.
Oh.
Do you think that's possible, or am I tripping?
I think you're tripping.
You don't think that's a possibility?
That a garden gnome is moving?
Yeah, isn't that what they're known for?
I don't know. I've never heard it. But at the same time, I don't know enough to say it's not true, so I'm not going to say no.
I could have sworn he was butt bald naked, too.
You saw him that well, huh?
Well, I saw little skimpies.
Did you try following him?
No, it was too... I couldn't believe my eyes.
Was he moving quick?
Faster than the speed of light.
Huh.
It was more like a blur.
Interesting.
I just wanted to get that off my chest. We can move on.
Thanks for sharing.
Justin Fields, yeah, boo. Just picked him up, started him this week. Call me dad. 123 yards, passing 3 passing touchdowns. That's not all. 15 carries, 178 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Darnell Mooney finally scored a touchdown. 7 catches, 43 yards, a touchdown. Cole Kmet, 5 catches, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Justin Fields for this performance. 178 rushing yards was the most by any quarterback in NFL history. He make Lamar Jackson look like Carson Palmer back there, man. That was an awesome performance. Maybe we're finally seeing that, top pick for the Bears finally showing out. That late round quarterback we thought could break out this year in fantasy. Maybe we're finally seeing it. Maybe he's this year's Jalen Hurts.
This is what me personally expected from Justin Fields, the Bears offense, like Darnell Mooney. This is what I expected from him, and Cole Kmet getting 8 targets, 7 catches. Cole Kmet, 6 targets, 5 catches, 2 touchdowns. This is what I expected from the beginning. That's why we were so high on both of them.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, this is the lines I was expecting to see week in and week out. But it took a slow start for Justin Fields, but now he's hitting his stride. Now I think you can be comfortable with Darnell Mooney. I'm not, Cole Kmet's probably pretty reasonable. But this is what I've been looking for.
Definitely.
Out of the Bears.
This is the Cole Kmet, a late round tight end we all liked. Darnell Mooney in the 4th, 5th round that we targeted. like you said, man, this was what we expected to see, and it's finally happening 10 weeks too late. But it's nice to finally see it. Chase Claypool debuted, 2 catches, 13 yards. Not super impactful, not super good, but, maybe it's a start of something.
Him and Cole Kmet are friends.
Good, I'm happy for their
They went
friendship.
to Notre Dame together.
Oh, they were shower buddies.
They were Golden Domers.
Shower buddies, man. Justin Fields did most of the rushing for the running backs. Dave Montgomery, sluggish,
Stinks.
runs with concrete boots. Khalil Herbert was the better runner, but still, like I said, Justin Fields took care of that for him.
I like what the Bears got going. They're hitting their stride. I'm confident.
Yeah, man, when have we ever seen the Bears put up 32?
Not since Brian Urlacher.
32.
Rex Grossman.
32, but gave up 35. Sad.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right, the Patriots, New England Patriots, and the Indianapolis Colts.
Tyreek Hill, man, hold on.
What happened about him? We talked about him.
Oh, we did, sorry.
What'd you say about him?
Just that he's on like another level right now. 143 yards, he does it every week.
Can you not scheme against him?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can either.
Like Cooper Kupp and Hill are guys that you just can't. There's nothing you can do.
Because they have Jalen Waddle too, so.
Yeah. And Tua. I mean, shoot.
But I always thought, selfishly in fantasy, I wish the team would just literally make everyone else beat you except for Tyreek Hill or Cooper Kupp. You know that they're going to throw to him. Why not?
I think they do. I think they do try to do that.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
But,
Or it could be we'll let Tyreek beat us, but no one else is going to beat us. But, the Dolphins are too good. That, Waddle's too good. Waddle's number one in the NFL. The fact that they have him at number two, there's nothing you can really do about it. And Tua's been phenomenal.
Tyreek Hill's putting up Madden 98 numbers.
He's going for that record, man.
He might shatter it.
He might shatter it.
Because, 143 is normal for him.
We're halfway through the season right now. He's already got over 1,000 yards. 1,024 or something? So,
Sound about right.
Good luck.
Yo, I got the New England Patriots 26 and Indianapolis Colts 3.
Sorry, Colts fans.
No, they just brought in Jeff Saturday, who has no coaching experience in the college level or NFL. It should be interesting.
Come on, man. We don't have to do him like that.
Sam Ellinger, 103 yards passing and a pick. He had 5 carries for 39 yards. Deion Jackson, 11 carries, 23 yards. There ain't much going on here. Alec Pierce, 1 catch, 23 yards. Michael Pittman, 3 catches, 22 yards. And that's about it for those boys.
Their leading receiver was Alec Pierce with 23 receiving yards.
Sam Ellinger stinks.
That's sick.
But he's not. He might be better than Mac Jones.
No, there's no chance.
Mac Jones, 147 yards, a touchdown. Ramondre, 15 carries, 60 yards. Hunter Henry, 4 catches, 50 yards. Jacoby Myers, 5 catches, 42. I'm struggling over here, dude.
Sorry, man.
3 catches, 10 yards, and a touchdown for Ramondre Stevenson.
You're doing a great job, though, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think you should. You got to say the stats, dude.
All right. I don't have them up, but we'll go through it. Ramondre Stevenson's season continues. No Damian Harris. 18 total touches, 70 yards, touchdown. He does it week in, week out. He's that late round guy we drafted. He's out here, RB1. It's just good, man. It's the Patriots. They always have a good running back. And it's just nice to, I don't have Stevenson. I have him in a separate league, but just you feel good with him in your lineup. Because you know he's going to get the receiving work. You know he's going to get the 15, 18 carries. He's going to potentially score. He's been scoring pretty good. And he just feels good having him in your lineup.
Yeah, I have him personally, and he started real slow, but then he rips off like a 16, then he'll rip off a 15-yard gain, and then he had 7 targets. I
Yeah,
think Mac Jones was a little out of sorts this game. I don't know why. But yeah, Ramondre is my dog.
he's a dog for sure.
Lord have mercy on my soul.
What's the next game? Sorry.
Bills and Jets.
Bills and Jets. Okay, so for the Jets, Michael Carter had 12 carries, 76 yards. Robinson's both split carries. James Robinson, that is, 13 carries for 48. Michael Carter scored, but Robinson out-targeted Carter 2-1. Garrett Wilson, baby, let's go. I was watching some highlights of him. Very involved. He's good, dude. He's gonna be a really good receiver. I know he already is, but you can just see like his get off the line, his hands, his route running. Like he's good, really good.
Yeah, I like Garrett Wilson. I got a little bit excited because it looked like Zach Wilson had an injury.
Oh yeah, he
I
left.
thought it was gonna be Joe Flacco and Garrett show, but he still had he's a good wide receiver like you mentioned. He's gonna put up them. If you give him the ball, he's gonna make things happen, man.
Definitely. I got a report though that Elijah Moore is getting moved to the slot. So I don't know what that'll mean for Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore, but um, we'll see, man. I think Garrett Wilson's just better. Um, Not much for the Jets. They had a chance to win. Or they did win, sorry, 2017. Their defense is legit. The Jets.
Sauce.
That front four, the secondary, DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner. The Jets are a playoff team, I think.
I don't know. I don't trust Zach Wilson like that.
It's hard to say that, especially the loss of Brees Hall. But man, they're good. They just beat the Bills. What are they, like 6-3? 5-4? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
6-3. But they've been good, man. They've been real good. For the Bills, Stephon Diggs had 5 catches, 93 yards. Gabe Davis, 2 catches, 33. Singletary, 8 carries, 24. He also had 4 catches for 24. Saw a little bit more James Cook. Nyheim Hines had one target. It just seems like this is going to be a rotation backfield for the time being. And obviously the biggest news is Josh Allen. He hurt that elbow of his, elbow sprain. He's undecided for week 10. But if he was forced to miss like 2 weeks, man, what does that mean for the Bills? You think they'll be just fine or what?
It's not going to be the normal Bills. That's for sure. They're not going to be as explosive because Josh Allen's running ability.
Maybe that's why he can play. He'll just run.
Yeah, it's Case Keenum who's all right, but they're definitely going to take a step back, and I think it'll be, play a factor into the games and stuff. But it's Josh Allen seems like one of those guys that's going to play.
Definitely.
If he can play, he's going to play. So I think he'll play. But yeah, I just want to point out that Sauce Gardner is real good, and he continues to do it.
Did he have a pick?
He had a pick.
So he's got, 2?
And he had that play on Gabe Davis at the end, even though I think Gabe should have caught it.
It hit him in the chest.
It hit him in the head. And so Gabe needs to work on his hands, and, Sauce is good.
Sauce is good, man, for sure. He's just, he's got it. He's going to be an elite corner for a long time. He kind of reminds me of Surtain. When he first came in, like he was good from the jump, and then he started to get some respect pretty quickly and is now like a top 3 corner in the league in his like first, second year.
Sauce is too handsy.
Is Sauce better than Surtain?
No, he's too handy. He just doesn't get penalties called on him. I seen him do one on Cortland Sutton.
I remember.
He had a few more in the last few weeks. They don't call it. It's because his name's Sauce. Patrick Surtain is playing chess. I think Sauce is still playing checkers.
You think Sauce can be Darrelle Revis for the Jets?
No, Darrelle Revis was also playing chess. I think if Sauce gets to calls. He's not. I mean, he's good, but he still has a lot to learn. He's too handsy.
So what you're telling me, if he has a lot to learn and he does learn them,
He could be. I mean,
it's over.
if he's not getting those calls now. If he got those calls, we'd be saying like that guy's so handsy. He needs to learn to, play without, using his hands or grabbing.
Yeah, I get what
He's
you're
gotten
saying.
away with a lot. Patrick Surtain knows the game, and he does it without being handsy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but shoot, I look at all the matchups he has, and he pretty much shuts them down. The other
Yep.
team's number one.
He does. I mean, he's good. I'm not taking away from
Yeah.
him. I'm just thinking there's a lot to learn. I'm definitely not going to put him with Darrell Revis just yet. Just because he's on the Jets. He was a master.
Dude, yeah,
If you have your own island, come on, man.
he's one of the most impressive corners of all time because he wasn't like the fastest, he wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the strongest, but he was like the smartest. Like, because he was on that podcast, The Athlete. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, him and Brandon Marshall were on it, and they had this one game when Brandon Marshall's on the Dolphins. And it's pretty interesting to listen to because they basically fought each other the whole game. And Brandon Marshall ended up winning the matchup, but you could just tell like Darrell Revis is like tries to play chess, like you said. He's just so smart. Like his IQ is next level.
Yeah, and I think the big reason everyone is on this Sauce is his name.
Definitely.
If his name wasn't Sauce, I mean, Derek Stingley is a good player.
Yeah.
No one talks about him.
Yeah.
Was he guarding A.J. Brown?
I think the Texans play more zone, which is not how they should use Derek Stingley, in my opinion. I don't think they're using him the right way. But I think he was on A.J. Brown a lot.
I think it's more of like the
Scheme?
The name outweighs, like, I mean, it goes into the factor why everyone thinks he's so good. I mean, he is good. He's good.
Yeah, yeah.
I noticed he was good whenever there's a game against the Bengals, and he was on Jamar Chase, and he was
Really
doing
good.
work on Jamar Chase, like because I was playing Jamar Chase, and fans were like, is it Sauce on Jamar Chase? And I kept up with it, and I was like, dang, he's good. He's going to be real good.
Yeah, he's definitely good. Also, the New York recognition media is going to shine some more light on a guy like Sauce than Houston and Stingley, but not a lot from Stingley because of the scheme, I believe. Like zone, like they kind of put him in the flat, like he's not able to make plays as much.
Yeah, it's just the name, but I'm not taking away from him. He might be just as good as Patrick Surtain. I don't know, but
He's going to be real good for a long time.
Patrick Surtain is a master.
I agree.
All right, let's go to the next game. I think I'm back.
You sound great, man.
Oh, Michael Jordan, 1979, 1997. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm feeling like Foghat right now, dude.
You look like him.
Slow ride.
Boom, boom, boom.
Derek Carr.
Oh,
Derek
ready?
David Carr.
Basically.
259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 67 yards. Devontae Adams, 17 targets, 10 catches, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This all happened in the first half. I was playing against him in fantasy, and I was like, dude, Devontae Adams is going to literally single-handedly destroy me. But most of the damage was done in the first half. I think Las Vegas was up by 17, right? At one point.
I think so.
Something's definitely wrong in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I think Derek Carr alluded to it. He's like, there's stuff I want to talk about, but I can't.
Who?
What's going on? Derek Carr.
Wow.
What's going on? And I think John Gruden might be sleeping underneath the floorboards.
Shoot, he needs to start, man. Maybe that will result in better gameplay.
I think John Gruden's got something going on. Like he buried a goat underneath Allegiance Field. The curse of the Bambino?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something like John Gruden probably buried a Chucky doll or something.
He probably buried his diaper.
Or
Cursed
Al
him.
Davis has,
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. He's just walking around naked. Press
Shoot.
conferences, locker room.
I mean, honestly, they should have never gotten rid of John Gruden.
They had to.
No, they don't have to.
He's not PC, man.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose. You're 2-6. What
Yeah,
is it?
Josh
2-7.
McDaniels stinks at being a head coach.
Dude, just because you have emails that say things that aren't supposed to be public, you shouldn't deserve to lose your job.
They did what they did. It's Josh McDaniels who stinks, and you know
He needs to be. He's gonna get fired,
he should.
especially if they lose to the Colts, like Jeff Saturday and co. You gotta go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think anyone should lose to the Colts unless Nick Foles is in the play.
Maybe
You think he's gonna play next week?
Foles. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. No, I don't think it'll probably be Ellinger starts, but he stinks. So Foles will probably might finish it.
Big face Nick.
Yeah, big wink.
The Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, 235, one touchdown. Travis Etienne continues to be real good. Getting 28 carries, man, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy's good. Christian Kirk, 8 catches, 76 yards, a touchdown. Hey, Marvin. Dang, they always have like identical stats. Marvin and Zay Jones, 5 catches. One had 48, one had 40 yards. They're weird, like fraternal twins.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
They like I remember. I want to say 2 weeks ago they had very identical stats.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good win for Jacksonville, being able to come back like that. And, dude, I'm just excited to see Calvin Ridley in Jacksonville and playing on this team, seeing what he's doing. That'll have to wait, but
Yo, Duval, stand up in here.
yo, Duval, guy.
What? What'd you say?
Go Duval, man.
How was Trevon Walker doing?
He played well, huh?
How is he doing? That's a good thing you ain't hear about him.
He's good, though. I like Trevon. He and Josh Allen are nice, for sure. They got a good pass rush duo over there.
Yes, they do.
Derek Carr might not be the quarterback next year.
I don't think he will be.
Who do you think it is? Garoppolo?
Gardner Minshew?
Is he an upgrade?
I think Gardner Minshew is a winning quarterback in this league.
He didn't do much in Jacksonville.
They stunk.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot, right? When
I
you're the
think he's a
quarterback.
good quarterback.
What is good, though? Top
Win
20?
games.
Top 15?
Top 20.
Really?
Yeah, I think Gardner can be that guy.
You think Gardner Tannehill?
I think Gardner could take the Eagles to the Super Bowl this year.
I don't think
Not
so.
taken away from Jalen Hurts, but
I don't think he could.
I think he could.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm a big Gardner fan, man.
I can tell, man. That's would you rather have Gardner or Ryan Tannehill?
Gardner.
Gardner or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
Gardner or Derek Carr?
Gardner.
Gardner or Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Gardner or Jimmy G?
Gardner.
Really?
I think he brings something to the team that you need.
Do you have another example of that in the NFL currently?
Like another example of another quarterback.
Yeah.
He gives me like
Burrow?
like an inbred Kirk Cousins vibe.
Ah, interesting. Inbred.
You know how, because he got a mullet and whatnot.
You could just say Southern.
White trash,
Trailer park.
trailer park, Kirk Cousins vibe. Like, he can win you games. He's good enough. Like, he's a good quarterback, I think.
Yeah, but He hasn't done anything, and similar to Kirk
But has he
Cousins,
had a chance?
they'll be good until you need them, until you really need them.
When's the
And
last time Garner played?
last year,
For who?
the Eagles,
He was better?
better than who?
Was he good?
They beat the Jets.
There we go.
The Jets had the third pick, you know. Nah, Gardner's a good backup. Like, I feel good about him starting.
You
but
wouldn't take a chance on him?
I don't think he's a top 20 quarterback, no.
That's my opinion, dude.
I'm fine with it. I'm not hating.
Dude, get off my back.
Dude, it's fine, dude. It's cool to see Etienne get 28 carries, though. That's what you should be doing with a guy like that.
I love Etienne.
He's awesome.
You got one?
Is the next one Cliff Kingsbury?
I was looking at the Poopers.
Cleveland?
Nope.
Detroit.
The other team that they're playing.
Oh, Packers? Okay.
The Poopers and the Lions. The Packers and the Lions. The Lions win 15-9. I know you never hear that, but it happened.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, 291 yards, a touchdown, 3 picks.
Golly. 53.5 passer rating against Detroit.
The worst defense in the league.
Abysmal defense. When has Aaron Rodgers ever performed this bad against Detroit? Never. Ever. In his career.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he seems very calm and collected about it, but, I mean, that throw to Bakhtiari was terrible.
All of them.
He threw it through the line. He threw it to the back shoulder.
Yeah.
Even Bakhtiari was like, what the heck? The off the helmet one I can understand. But, and A.J. Dillon can't score a touchdown from the goal line ever, and he's the biggest guy in the game. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Packers just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. And maybe it's the coaching. I mean, they just seem so disorganized. They've lost 5 in a row. Not a lot of hope. We'll probably see Jordan Love start some games down the stretch. Because, I mean, something's got to change. Matt LaFleur stinks now, apparently. Not anything good to say. Romeo Doubs caught it off. He got a high ankle sprain. Rashawn Gary tore his ACL. Just ugly. I mean, Allen Lazard's been solid all year. 4 catches, 87, and a touchdown. But other than that, man, their season is over.
Yeah, there's something bigger going on there.
Can you give me your assumption? It won't be right or wrong, just what you think.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but they're just I don't know. I can't really explain.
Do you think the issue is centered around Aaron Rodgers?
It's got to be.
Is he mad at someone? Are they upset at each other?
I just think that I don't know, they just can't. I don't understand. They have like basically the same team without Devontae Adams, right?
Pretty much.
Maybe even like some additions on defense, but they're not running the ball I think that's the most important part. They're not running the ball effectively.
Yeah.
They're not, and then they turn to Aaron Rodgers to try to get him out of it when they don't have any weapons on the outside. They're not using A.J. Dillon enough in the passing game. I don't know what's really going on in Green Bay, man.
Strange. But the two biggest mistakes were Adams and Rodgers leaving each other, man. They both stink without each other. Nah,
Devontae's doing just fine.
Yeah, but
stat-wise.
Raiders stink. Packers stink. If Adams stays, this Packers team's probably a lot different.
It's like that Pokemon episode.
Okay. All right.
When Ash and Pikachu are, they're venturing off and they meet the Pikachu family. And Pikachu's like, these are my people. I'm going to stay with them.
Mm.
And then Ash is leaving. And, they have the split screen where, Pikachu's sad and Ash is sad. And that's how, like, you can see, like, Devontae Adams is sad, Aaron Rodgers is sad without each other. But I guess that one has a good ending because Ash and Pikachu slow motion run to each other and they reunite and they realize that they need each other.
That's awesome.
That was like one of the only shows that ever made me cry. And I got up and immediately told Mom that I cried.
Rightfully so, man. That sounds definitely like it pulls your heartstrings as a kid.
It was emotional as heck, dude. I was leaking out my eyes, dude.
Because that's not something you really think about, like Ash and Pikachu, like separated. Like those are the guys.
Yeah, they were one and the same, and he's always trudging behind Ash, ready to do any action, man.
Got him on
He's
the
got
shoulder.
A little backpack.
Yeah, those are the bros.
Yeah, man. But that's just how I see it, man.
I can see that, man. Yeah.
But I think maybe it's time to go to Jordan Love.
Why not? Why not? I agree. He's just not very good, but your season's lost, right? I mean, not gonna. I mean, you could win out. Maybe
If
go.
they lose, like if there's, if it's like playoffs is unattainable, they should put in Jordan Love.
So what are they right now?
They've lost 5 in a row. That's all I know.
3-6. I think they were 3-1 because they beat Tampa Bay. I think they beat the Bears.
Yeah.
So 3-6. If they lose 8 games, that's probably it. 9-8.
Yeah, I don't care about them.
All right.
Lions. Jared Goff, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Jamal Williams, 24 carries, 81 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 catches, 55 yards. DeAndre Swift, 3 catches, 40 yards. What's going on with the DeAndre Swift saga?
Buy low. Perfect buy low opportunity. Trade someone and get DeAndre Swift on your fantasy teams. He plays Chicago this week. Smash spot. He's just getting healthy. It's only a matter of time.
Jamal Williams is better.
You think so?
No.
I know you didn't. Swift isn't 100%, but we all know Swift at 100% is better than 90% of the NFL. So get him while he's cheap, man. Get him while he's injured and underperforming, because this week in Chicago, everything changes. We see old DeAndre Swift this weekend.
I hope so.
I'll put money down on it right now.
What does Jamal Williams do?
I think he's banged up. I think he got 24 carries. I think he's limited in practice or didn't practice today. So keep your eyes on that one.
I will keep my eyes on that one.
I got my eyes on you.
You got another one? Game?
Which game's next?
You got it?
I don't have the scores up here. Oh, I'll do Minnesota and Washington. Minnesota won 20-17. It looked like the Vikings were off to the races against the Redskins. Against Washington.
How dare you!
Scored a touchdown opening drive. Justin Jefferson finally got his touchdown since week 1. It was only 7-0, but the Vikings were dominating. Vikings didn't score again until the fourth quarter. Couldn't run the ball. Kirk Cousins was unlucky. He got intercepted off a deflection. But that, Heineke, the Commanders.
If you say it one more time, we're ending it.
Hey, man, I've been out in the sun. I got the same color. They weren't doing much offensively either. But Heineke, turned to Curtis Samuel, got a receiving touchdown. Threw a pick, costly pick. And Dalvin Cook, man, set up Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook, tied the game. And then allowed the Vikings to kick a short field goal to go up 2017. Kirk Cousins was 22 of 40, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Could have had 2. Heineke was 15 of 28, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Justin Jefferson, Usual suspect, top playmaker of the game, 7 catches, 115 yards, and a tutty. TJ Hawkinson, first game as a Viking, man, out here doing his due diligence. Big producer, 9 of 9, 70 yards. And then Adam Thielen had some big catches, 3 catches, 67. He held his own. Curtis Samuel led the Washington in receiving, 49-yard touchdown, 3 patches for 65. Scary Terry McLaurin caught 5 of his 9 targets for 56.
Boom, shakalaka. Here comes Antonio Gibson.
Ooh, Brian Robinson, 13 carries, 44 yards.
Plotter.
Hey, you don't like him no more?
I just think Antonio Gibson's better.
You
And I
believe
think
that?
Ron Rivera is slowly inching Antonio back into the groove. He had 11 carries,
They had about the same amount of work.
which is new.
Is that new?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he's been out touching him. And the fact that Antonio Gibson gets the passing work,
They had this 2 catches.
yeah, I think we're going to slowly see Antonio be a fantasy, start again. And Brian Robinson kind of tail off. And stuff.
I wish for that to be the case. But I think it's going to be a split backfield till further notice. Because for some reason they like the Brian Robinson grinder between a tackle plotter. And, man, Brian Robinson isn't bad. It just takes him a while to get going. He's not a super bursty, super acceleration guy. But you can kind of tell once he gets the edge, like he can get up to speed. But he's not like in between the tackles.
Hey, breathe, man.
It takes him a while for him to get up to speed.
I want to tell a story about I've been sick with the flu the last couple days,
Yeah.
and it was real bad for a while. I was real struggling, man. I wasn't seeing no one. No one wanted to talk to me. No one wanted to shake my hand.
Still the case.
But I was hanging out with Luke last night, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully, I feel better. And he went into his room, and I heard him scurrying around in there, and he came out with a jar of Vicks vapor rub, and he's like, put this on your head. Put this all over your head. So I went to bed, and I wasn't feeling too good. So I thought those words were ringing in my ear. So I got the jar and opened it and proceeded to put it in my hair and on my head. And whenever I woke up this morning, I walked out to see Luke, and my hair was slicked back with Vicks Vapor Rub, and I never felt better in my life. So I want to thank you, Luke, for that. I had a jet black, slick back Vicks hair, and I felt good on it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you taking my words
Literally.
to the fullest and putting the Vicks on your head. Literally. I mean, they look good with that slick back hair, man. I'll tell you
I
what.
smell weird.
Yeah, man, you probably got some of that. It looked good, man. It was a little strange.
But I'm on the mend. It's been like 3 days, but I'm feeling better. Obviously, I don't have the energy, but we gotta get these stats out. We gotta talk about some things, man. Politics.
What would you say to those maybe going through the flu, or to maybe prevent it, or like steps to better yourself during it?
To prevent it, wash your hands.
Okay.
That's
That's foreign to a lot of people.
Washing your hands is very important. Staying out of crowds. But if you get it and you don't I can't really pinpoint the origin of where I got my flu. But I say if you get it, it's gonna it gets bad pretty quick. Just drink emergency, take vitamins, drink water. You're gonna need some ibuprofen. Maybe switch it up to Tylenol sometimes. Take a decongestant. there's ways to alleviate the pain you're going through, but I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna spend a lot of alone time, a lot of sleeping time in your bed. You're gonna feel like you're not one with the society. You're gonna feel like a leper. But what I did is just a lot of YouTube, a lot of sleeping, more sleeping than I think I was capable of. But I'm on the mend and I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get back at it.
I felt like a leopard once. And
A leopard?
yeah.
I said leper.
Oh.
But go on, it's much better than a leper.
Yeah, just one time.
You know that you can get leprosy from armadillos?
Is that true or is that fiction?
No, it's true.
Oh, I have heard that before.
I love those little things, man. When it's dark outside and you're camping, it sounds like there's like a 300-pound mammoth in the forest because they stomp real hard. But it's really, you just see a little armadillo come crawling out.
I'm not sure I like armadillos.
Why? They don't do nothing?
Yeah, but maybe that's why.
They're cute in a way.
Not really.
Actually, they're kind of disturbed.
They look like possums with a big rock on their head.
No, dude. They look like roly-polies.
Raccoons are cute, but they're kind of scary too.
Raccoons are very cute, man.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they can use their hands like us, man.
They eat garbage though.
They can get into just about anything.
Really?
Even if it has a latch, they can thumb that latch up, open up. There's their golden corral.
Yeah, dude, they eat big, I'm sure.
Dude, I want 'em. I want one.
You want a raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've been watching a lot of animal videos on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie.
What'd you learn about them?
Like a lot of like different dog stuff and like bears and like short-faced bears and I don't know, man. Bears are very scary creatures, and so are dogs. But it's crazy to think like dogs, if they're out in the wild, like they're not even much. They're not much
What do you mean?
compared to like the cats and stuff that are out there. Like mountain lions and cougars would tear them up.
Yeah, no one's ever scared of like wild dogs.
No, like when you see a stray dog, like my biggest concern is like they're probably carrying disease. Because if they bite you, you're probably just gonna get a disease and die. They're not gonna like kill you. You know what I mean? But like if you see a mountain lion, like that thing will kill you easy. That's why it's like interesting.
I think the worry about dogs is if there's a group, because that's when they can't kill you.
A group of dogs?
Yeah, they'll come after you and kill you. Like a pack.
Do dogs have packs? Like
yeah,
a wolf?
wild, like the African wild dog.
Oh, like wolves and stuff?
Wolf isn't a dog, is it?
No. Ah.
Yeah, it is. It's canine.
Yeah, they kind. Yeah, it is. Never mind. I'm stupid.
For some reason, I was thinking it was a cat too. That's weird.
But like a wolf would tear up a dog. That's what's like crazy to think about.
Wolves are playing chess.
Yes. Definitely.
That's crazy.
Only like the high end dogs could hold their own, like the Kango or whatever.
What about the greyhound?
Cane Corso, the Mastiff. Those type of dogs could probably hold their own. Like all those other ones, they're gonna get torched.
I mean, aren't there dogs that are designed to take down? Yeah, the Irish Wolfhound. It can kill a wolf.
Yeah.
That thing's about yay big. That thing is huge.
Yeah.
And there's probably bear dogs. We need to find one.
Like certain dogs definitely could.
I've seen a cat run off a bear.
Oh yeah, like a domesticated one.
Yeah, the bear was in the backyard and he started running after it and the bear leaped over the fence.
Yeah, but what would happen if they went after it?
I don't know, man. Cats just, I think it's like they give off such a vibe that they're
Confidence?
scary. Yeah, they ooze confidence and the bear's like, man, I don't even got time for that right now. I ain't got time for this little guy. Like, this guy's not gonna give up.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though it'd probably take one swipe of the paw.
Yeah.
They're just so little and frisky that you're like, I'm just gonna leave, dude. This guy's got mental, like, screws loose.
English bulldog too.
No.
Yeah, dude. I saw two of them take down a viper, dude.
A what?
Like a snake, a viper.
Oh, that's not saying much.
Dude, but it was cool because they were like taking bites and stuff, and they ripped them apart.
Yeah, but if bulldog ain't gonna do much for like a bear.
Oh no, 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 nothing would. That's the hierarchy. Bears and mountain lions, man, you can't do nothing about.
Mountain lions are scary.
Yeah, mountain lion versus a bear would be interesting.
I don't think anything can take down a bear.
Nothing?
No.
Dude, the short-faced bear, watched a lot of videos on them back in the day. I mean, they're the big reason the Bering Strait back in the day. Like humans, when they tried to cross the ice bridge, like the short-faced bear were like sitting there waiting for them a lot. Took out a lot of them. But they would do this strategy where they would let like other creatures do the killing of like other animals, and then they would just like walk up, and then the animal that killed the animal would leave, and he would just eat it, so he didn't have to do any work. But he was the alpha out there, and they just left. So they would like take a lot of the like carcasses and stuff from other
What
animals.
is a short-faced bear? Just has a short face.
Yeah, long legs, short face, stands
Is
about.
it still around?
Some people say they might still be around, but you won't find
Does it
them.
have an extra chromosome?
I don't know what they have, man, but I know they're bigger than grizzlies. Long legs, tall. They weigh like 2,000 pounds,
Golly.
and scary.
You gonna go to football?
Biggest mammal to ever live.
The sloth bear. The giant sloth.
Yeah, but they were herbivores.
Speaking of giant sloth, Geno Smith,
Oh,
the Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks win 31-21. Geno Smith, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Kenneth Walker, 26 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett and DK got a receiving touchdown. Seahawks keep on giving.
Seahawks are good. They're good, man. I don't care. Their defense is pretty good. Geno Smith is a lot better than everyone expected. Kenneth Walker is good. But the Cardinals, this was a must-win game. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury's the coach much longer. His days are definitely numbered. Not only does he suck at coaching football, but he wears sunglasses inside.
He should be fired for that alone.
I know. Hopkins out here doing his due diligence. Scored a touchdown. He's been nice. DK had a nice little toe tapper in the back of the end zone.
I've seen that.
It was a dart, that Geno threw a dot right behind the corner's head, and DK was snatched it. Really good. Kenneth Walker's still doing his thing. James Conner still stinks at football. Something's got to change in Cardinals, and it's Cliff. Cliff's got to go.
James Conner had averaged 6 yards a carry, dude.
I know.
Kyler Murray needs to stop fumbling the football.
Yeah, that was bad. Because he runs like a little schoolgirl with his purse in his hand.
He looks like a little kid that's run away from his parents that still stole their phone.
Yeah, he does. You got to hold on
Dude,
to
if
it.
I had a chance, I'd throw him through a window.
You would? I think that's fair.
Dude, I'd shotty sniper him in the game.
Would you call shotgun?
Yeah, because he needs a booster seat in the back. He
Yeah.
probably still needs a... He probably sits real close to his steering wheel.
He probably eats with a bib.
He probably needs a booster seat at the restaurants.
Probably needs his diaper changed.
He's small.
He probably colors out of the lines in his coloring book.
You know, a kid in kindergarten changed my life with that.
Really?
Yeah, we were doing arts and crafts, and he was coloring out of the lines, and I was wondering, what the heck are you doing, dude? You gotta stay in the lines. And he's like, we're gonna cut this out, so it doesn't matter.
Ah,
And so I was like, oh, so he's doing it efficient. He was,
genius.
and it changed my life forever. And I'll take that to the grave with me.
Was it good coloring, or was it just
Yeah, he was
scribbling?
doing real solid coloring. It was just outside the line. I was like, this guy's breaking the rules. But then he told me the method behind his madness.
Man, as a kid, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that kid was smart. I don't know what happened to him.
He probably built Burj Khalifa.
I think he works at Sherwin-Williams.
Hey, with that kind of coloring and creativeness, that wouldn't be too bad.
It might be Sherwin.
Sherwin's a good company, man.
I ain't about it.
They do a good paint job.
They don't have periwinkle blue.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
I'm sure.
They have lactic acid green.
Do they have?
They have pregnant pygmy
Pink?
purple.
Pregnant? Wow, that's a mouthful.
I want to do that for a living, is just name colors.
What, concrete green?
Like, I don't know. AstroTurf Aristotle yellow.
You're trying to find an A?
Yeah.
What about orangutan brown?
Your colors wouldn't make sense because orangutan's orange.
Orangutan orange.
What about Spidey senses red?
That'd be good, man.
What about Dusty Baker gold?
What about toilet white?
Pearl.
Oh, that's already a color?
Yeah, it's pearl.
Is it?
Or maybe that's just a brand of a toilet. What about indigo? They should have like people named colors.
What about Yahtzee yellow?
What about Tom Brady bronze?
More like Tom Brady brown. Speaking of Brady, Buccaneers won 16-13 against the Rams.
Tomfoolery.
He was very excited to win this game, even though he stunk. This game stunk.
Earth the Buccaneers. Give it to Rashad.
Byron Leftwich said, "We've seen enough of Leonard Fournette. We saw Rashad White. Rashad White.
Quiet.
Took some of the reins, man. He outgained him. He's been performing pretty well. Leonard Fournette is very upset. You know, he said, man, you guys been calling on me to be that guy. What do you think that means moving forward? Are they going to just go right back to Leonard? Or is it the Rashad White season?
I think if it's 10 games into the season and nothing's changed, it's time. You got to make a change, man. That's all I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
Rashad White can do everything that Lenny can do, but he has a little more pop to him, a little more zip. Lenny's kind of Lenny, I'm not even going to lie, Lenny hasn't been that bad. You know, he's doing exactly what they ask, but, you know, something's got to change, Luke.
Yeah, Scotty Miller, 7 catches, 53 yards. He kind of led the team. Man, he was very involved on like 2 series. Mike Evans has a dropping problem, big issue. Chris Godwin continues to be dink and dunk, line of scrimmage guy, 7 catches, 36 yards. Not gonna lie, man. Last year, I think this game would have been a lot more exciting. You know, 35-38 type of score. Both these teams have just been struggling. Both these teams just aren't very good. And I think the biggest thing for the Rams is they don't have a run game. They struggled running the ball. They have all year, honestly. Both these teams don't look too solid in my eyes.
Ryan Suckup's been a heck of a player, though.
Why? Because you have him on your team?
No, but in general, he did have his first miss because it was blocked, but he's been on point, man.
Yeah, Brady finished with 36 of 58, 280 yards, and a touchdown. How do you have 36 completion and only have 280 yards?
Dink.
Too much donk. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to try turducken this year.
During Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Haven't you had it already?
Yeah.
Oh. You didn't like it?
What about Burflutin?
I'll tell you what, man.
What?
I don't think I'm interested in all that.
It's too gamey, man.
I just want some smoked turkey or some brisket.
Dude, I just want some javelina.
What's that?
Wild hog.
What about a hyena?
No, that's probably gross.
Are those cats?
They're dogs.
This thing's going packs too.
Did you hear my laugh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's too deep for me. Chiefs Titans. Chiefs won 2017. No one gave the Titans much of a chance with Malik Willis, the rookie, playing.
Jackson Mahomes, stand up.
The Chiefs kind of dominated early on, got up to a 9-0 lead. But Mahomes, actually, shout out to Tennessee's defense, man.
They're good.
They put pressure on him, frustrated Mahomes, nearly throwing multiple interceptions. And then that's a good formula, man. If your defense is playing good and you're handling the ball off to Derrick Henry with his running ability, I mean, that's a good recipe.
They almost beat the Chiefs without having a quarterback.
Dude, Malik is that guy.
5 of 16, 80 yards.
He threw a good back shoulder pass once.
It's a hooper.
It was nice.
That's basically it.
Hey, man, it was fantastic.
They almost beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs with no quarterback, which is...
No, dude. No
Shout out to Vrabel for having a good game plan.
No quarterback could not make that throw.
Tannehill could have made that throw.
Yeah, but he's an NFL quarterback.
If Tannehill was playing, they probably would have won the game.
You said no quarterback, though.
Basically no quarterback. 5 completions for 80 yards.
That throw was great. And he's super fast, dude. I think
Vrabel, like, shout out to him. He did a heck of a game plan. They should have won. If the game was, 48 minutes, they would have won.
Mike Vrabel is a great coach.
Yes.
Malik Willis is faster than Lamar Jackson.
Justin Fields is faster than Malik Willis.
I don't think so. I think Malik's the fastest.
I think Justin Fields is the best running quarterback in the game.
Really?
He's the most like a running back in the open field.
I mean, yeah, he broke the record.
Breaking tackles.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue best rusher. I'm just saying.
Come on, get on it.
I'm saying the fastest. That's it. Is Malik Willis for sure.
Lamar.
I don't think he has the burst like that.
I guarantee Lamar's faster.
You want to put money down?
Get on!
Hey, Country Southern.
Go on, get!
I'd like to see that.
I wonder if that's someone's name.
You think we can get Malik and Lamar to race?
Madden.
Oh, we'll put it to the test.
You think there's someone's name Country Southern?
Yep. Drew Brees' daughter.
Mm-hmm. Dang, Patrick Mahomes threw it 68 times.
What, 43, 68, 446 yards? This was double
Dag
overtime.
flab it, man. Those running backs stink.
Mahomes is not of this earth, and he's the best quarterback of all time.
His brother is also not of this earth.
Is that because he likes things that you don't?
Exactly.
That's fair. I ain't hating you. Juju had 10 catches, 88 yards. Kelsey had 10 catches, 106. Mecole Hardman got involved, 6 for 79, and a touchdown.
When I put on Pit Vipers, no one can touch me.
Running backs still stink. Isaiah Pacheco's actually stinks.
Dropped him.
5 yards on 5 carries.
Drop him.
He looks good when you watch him, but then when you actually watch him, he stinks.
He's good when he gets to tote the rock in the right way. 'Cause he runs violent.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, but he actually stinks.
I don't think he stinks. I just think that they all stink.
He stinks.
And it makes Isaiah stink because it's contagious.
I don't think he's
And
very good.
Clyde Edwards looks like he's like his helmet makes him look like he stinks at football.
Who?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, he actually stinks.
But his helmet makes it look 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Because he's got like this special helmet.
The Zeke one?
Why does Zeke look cool though?
Pacheco has the physical tools and speed and to do it, but doesn't have it. He lacks everything else. His vision actually stinks. So I don't know if he'll make it.
What?
He's like a guy that you should just give like sweeps and like pitches, and then just hopefully he finds a hole and he'll score.
Yeah, that's interesting. I respect that.
Not very good, sorry.
Juju Smith-Schuster should retire.
No, dude, why are you getting on people like that?
Travis Kelce should retire.
Why?
Because I'm playing him in fantasy.
Oh, no, we're not getting personal.
Now, he's heating up as the year goes on.
Juju's doing
Mecole
gritty.
Hardman?
No.
Good.
Gritty.
He's been really good the last few weeks.
He's alright.
We might see it.
Derrick Henry rumbled for 115 yards, 2 touchdowns on 17. Ooh, Malik Wilson, very good.
Blood Moon, I just gave blood.
Monday night game, we got the Ravens and the Saints. A lot of people out. Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman.
Yo, we got Isaiah Likely. We don't need no one else.
They got Roquan Smith making plays.
Rope-a-dope.
Kenyon Drake making plays. Mama. Not too much, man.
Kenyon Drake's resurgent, man, but he had 24 carries, 93 yards, so he averaged 3.9 yards a carry. What that boils down to is he still stinks.
Jameis Winston needs to be back, man. Stop starting Andy Dalton. Red Rocket, more like Red. Find your seat on the bench.
Red Rocket, more like Red Moon.
Alvin Kamara's disappointing. Not very good. Prison.
I like Jawan Johnson.
Prison. Yeah, Jawan had a touchdown. Chris
Did
Olave.
you see the video?
Who?
Alvin?
Yeah, he and his friends.
Stomping people out?
Yeah, he threw a lot of punches in there. When the guy was on the ground.
He's lucky it wasn't me.
Who, Alvin?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's why he's getting in trouble, man, because
He wouldn't do that to me, though.
he's about 215.
I'd be scared to death, actually.
Yeah, that's an NFL player.
I wouldn't mind rumbling.
Really, any NFL player would be scary.
Not Devontae Smith.
Yeah, it would. Dude, he gets hit by grown men for a living. Literally.
Is he a grown man?
Maybe like Graham Gano or something.
He's pretty swole.
Not really.
Or a long snapper.
Yeah. John Weeks.
They're weak, man.
Nah, he's probably a good guy.
Coming out of my cage and I was feeling just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
Started out with a fart and then you got further away.
And it stunk like shot. And then that's now she took off my diaper. Let me poop. I just can't look, it's killing me. Taking control. Poopy pants turning straight to stinky fart.
I just want to shout out
Did you pause that whole era?
No, absolutely not. I just want to take a moment to shout out Election Day.
Shout out, man. Red wave.
Especially those that went out and did not vote. I salute you.
Yeah, thank you for not doing your civil due diligence to this society.
How do you feel about people who vote or don't vote?
Um, I think people that vote I respect, and people that don't vote I respect. However, I do not respect those that vote and make you feel bad for not voting.
Hmm. Amen, brother.
And for those that don't vote that make you feel bad for voting.
Okay.
I mean, just, live and let live, man. If you don't want to vote, you don't got to vote. If you want to vote, go vote. You don't got to push your agenda on people.
Have you had that personally happen to you?
Not too strong-handed, but
You just see it, kind of.
yeah, I've people have told me, but I usually just let it go. Like I don't tell them either way. I don't say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go vote," or "No, I'm not really voting." I'm just like, "Okay." I think that's
Election
the best way to get away with it.
elections and like politics are so interesting to me because like no one ever wants to talk like politics or election, but then like once the time comes around, everyone starts sharing their opinions, but like no one cares or wants to know. You know what I mean? Because it's just controversial.
I think this is the year we should bring up politics at Thanksgiving dinner,
You think so?
just to see what happens.
What's the worst that could happen?
Someone gets a turkey leg thrown at them.
I'd probably do it just to shut everyone up.
Throw a turkey leg, or let's talk about it.
Throw a turkey leg.
I don't think it would be that eventful at ours, but I'm sure at some families it would be pretty eventful. Actually, I mean,
It's definitely
it
gonna
depends on
happen.
who's there.
It's definitely gonna happen to some families and households,
Yeah, it always happens.
especially because it's like 2 weeks away. It's so recent. You're gonna see family you haven't seen in a few months. It's just kind of a hot topic.
Hey, did you vote for Greg?
Oh, you see that red wave?
What's his name? Greg Abbott?
Yeah,
He already won.
he did, man.
How do you feel about that?
I don't feel about it.
Do you think he can do the job?
Mm. No, politics doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I don't really dabble in it. I used to.
Really?
I used to be more interested. But then I figure it's just a way to divide us.
Interesting.
Even the ones you love, they could think differently, and then you start thinking lesser of them just because of their political view, which I think is not the way we should live this life.
That's inhumane.
Yeah, like just because you think differently, I still love you,
Yeah.
You just think differently.
Right.
But it can turn into something sour.
Definitely.
That's why I don't believe in that. I don't ask people their political opinion. If they ask for mine, I say, I voted for Ralph Nader. I voted for Bernie Sanders, man.
Interesting.
I usually say I voted for Hillary.
Yeah. I mean, I know like some people would take offense or care about your opinion of that, but I know like that you don't care and you're not really serious.
The people I associate myself with don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care that much. I mean, they'll tell me a few things, but, at the end of the day, they don't really care that much. I'm sure there's circles where it's like a big deal, like they're putting signs in people's yard of who to vote for, and, whether you're conservative or not, or liberal. I'm sure that's probably like a red flag and maybe like a deal breaker in some relationships, friends, whether romantic relationships. I think those are deal breakers, which is sad.
Yeah. It is sad, man, and it's weird too though to like put a sign out in your yard like people don't care who you voted for, you know what I mean? Like people who vote already know who like the nominees are. Like why even put a poster out, you know? That's just what I think. And yeah, man, and the other thing is like the people who are like, it's not American to not vote or oh, those people died for you to vote and blah blah blah, but they didn't die for us to vote, you know. They died for us to give us the choice to vote, like whether you want to or not.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably vote in some capacity, but
I'm not, dude.
I
I'm
don't know enough.
well that and to me like if I vote that means I'm putting myself in there and uh attaching myself to something that I don't believe in.
Right, like some people tell you just to go in there and vote Republican, go in there and vote liberal or
Yeah,
Democrat. That's stupid. You don't even know who you're voting for. But I think
exactly.
a lot of, probably a majority of people just vote for whatever side they lean.
Right.
It's like they don't know the name, they don't know what that guy believes in, what that woman believes in. They're just
Democrat or
whatever
Republican.
the little designation next to their name is, you vote for them. Just a weird. I mean, it's democracy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Yeah, like
Power to the people.
but like if I were to like be serious about voting and stuff, like I think it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm a Republican or a Democrat. It would just be like which of the two do I like more? You know, like who's actually going to come in here and do what they say? Who's going to not lie as much?
You can't trust any of them.
Yeah, I know, but you know, who do I respect more, you know? Whether that be Democrat or Republican, I don't really have an opinion on that, but uh, I don't know. This is where I stand.
I think we should be like that one small town in West Texas, Terlingua,
Vote the dog.
the goat.
Oh, is it goat?
I think that's just a mayor, though.
Hey, that's better than anyone else.
I think he's the only one on the ballot, honestly. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good for the man. They got it going on.
I couldn't tell you all the things we're voting for. I knew the governor and like judges and
House,
whatnot.
Senate.
Oh yeah, I think people are real big on Republicans taking over the House, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So the stock market will go back up.
Yeah,
You know, that's all hearsay. We don't know what's gonna happen. They're all people at the end of the day. I can't trust any of them.
why not?
None of them have kissed my forehead or shook my hand, talked to me. Beto actually reached out to me though.
You did?
Yeah, he texted me when I was in Austin.
What'd he say?
Said, "Hey Aaron, this is Beto. Hope to see your vote back in November. Hope to see it there." And I said, "All right, man."
Yeah, I don't know, man. He fell short.
He got destroyed, I believe.
It was close when I saw it, but I don't know.
I think he got absolutely walloped.
Well, Texas is a red state, you know.
He's like the Michael Jordan of losing elections by a landslide. That's what I read today.
I think he's lost like three straight or something.
And I think they've spent like 77 million on him on his.
Dang.
I don't know, man.
He's just not. He doesn't have the charisma. He's kind of just like, I don't know. In my
I don't
opinion,
know. I don't know why he doesn't win.
neither do I. He's just yeah. I don't know enough, and I don't care enough either. To be fair,
I'll wait for the big election.
I'm gonna worry about my own life, things that actually matter.
Yeah, give me the day one.
Cause I mean, whether you like it or not, people are gonna be upset or happy about it. So I ain't gonna worry either
Like
way.
I said, live and let live.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, if it's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, I just hate that it divides us so much these days.
Yeah,
Like, you ask someone, like back in the day, did you vote for Trump? They won't talk to you if you say yes.
yeah,
You know? That's how that. Because you voted a certain way.
yeah.
And that's when you first meet someone, that's one of the first things you ask. I don't think that's right. You don't know what that person, is all about. That's why I don't like it.
Don't even give them a chance. But it's weird how it's all happened so fast. I'm young, so I haven't really lived it, but I noticed like it kind of started like when then Obama to like Trump and Biden. But like before then with like the Bushes, like it was just kind of like no one really it wasn't as divided.
I
Like the
think
old
that,
old
yeah, I
George
mean,
Bush.
I've been around, I guess this around the same time. But Bush, I don't really remember. I remember Obama was a big deal.
Yeah, but it kind
A
of
big, but the most polarizing was Trump.
yeah.
Trump and Hillary, because Hillary would have been the first woman. So that was super polarizing. Like, there's that new generation that wants to see a woman, liberal, Democrat in office, and then Trump's like doesn't have any political background. On television, so it was like huge, and I think that's just lit a fire. And now people are very one side or the other, and
Yeah.
it's very opinionated. Now there's Let's Go Brandon, no one like Joe Biden type thing. Like, it's very heated now.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, like I said, I was young whenever Bush, and I don't know if it was heated like
I
that.
don't think so. I think it started with Obama, kind of.
Yeah, like new things happening.
But like you said, we're both too young to really say. But from what I've heard, and honestly, it wasn't even that big of a deal growing up like it is now. Like, it's a big deal. Just how you can tell, like, on people's opinions, they really stand on it and are very, um, kind of
Opinionated.
narrow-minded about it.
Very.
It's like, I like this, and nothing else matters.
Yep. That's how, I mean, like I said, that's how it is these days, man. You can't even tell who you vote for. You lose a friend,
Yeah.
lose family.
Yep. It sucks too, especially like for those with families that are like divided. Like, one side likes this, one side likes that, and it's personal for those people, and it affects their family, which it shouldn't at all, because you all grew up with the same background, grew up as family, hung out as kids, did work. Like, none of that stuff mattered as kids, but then growing up, it separates them.
It's a big deal these days, man. It's sad, but it's the reality. I think people just don't take it so dang serious, dude.
Yeah, at the end of the day, who cares?
It's not like you're in the office.
Yeah.
You voted for someone that's in the office.
You don't even know these people.
They're lying to you anyway for everything they said they're gonna do. They ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Half the things not gonna do it. Maybe like 20%. They're talking out of their butts, first of all.
They tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah, and they say they're gonna pass this. They're gonna pass it. They have to get that through a whole legislation.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work like that, man. This isn't Happy Town.
Yeah. But I could see for I could see for Trump why that he would upset a lot of people though,
Yes.
because he's very
And
controversial.
Hillary, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I can see both sides. I mean, I just don't think it's big enough to judge someone.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe I don't think you should think differently of how they voted.
Yeah, and like just because like Trump was Trump, like doesn't mean you should just hate Republicans because of that. Like there's gonna be other candidates or Republican who aren't gonna be like Trump.
But I also think there's people that you can dislike for being overly
Oh, definitely.
pro-Trump or
Pro.
pro-Hillary. Like,
Definitely.
pushing that, like,
If they bring it up
obnoxious.
or very, yeah, just very, yeah, 100%.
So I mean, there's just levels and different levels, and
But it seems like nowadays it's more pro this and pro that than it ever was like, finding middle ground,
yeah, there's
Which
there's
is-
very little middle ground.
which is very dividing.
Yeah, we need some middle ground.
We need to get rid of it as a whole.
Get rid of the party system.
Yep.
That's never gonna happen.
Get rid of the government. Govern our mind. Control our mind is what the government is.
They can try. I mean, they do a good job at
They
it.
do a really good job, yeah. It's not going to work on everyone, though.
You gotta unplug.
Yeah, man, we all got to be our own Neo.
We all gotta be our own source.
You got to wear whatever you want to wear.
You got it?
Wear what you want to wear when you wake up.
Slick back your hair with some Vicks if you're sick. I'm just gonna let you guys know we've just been farting. You guys haven't even seen the poop yet. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to make podcasts for you guys. Thanks for the support. We love you. Peace, love, and happiness.
Fart near me, not on me.
Ted Cruz got beaned with a beer.